This will probably be a short video today. We're just getting ready for Sherlock's second training class tonight. Next week, he will be doing the third out of the 4 basic obedience classes, but also that Friday, they are going to let him go ahead and start doing that CGC public access class. So he'll have 2 classes next week. I am making his treats for the class, so on occasion you will probably hear him jump up begging for this food. They're little puppy-sized meatballs that I'm just rolling out of hamburger. You just pinch off a little piece. It doesn't need to be much. And you roll it up and then cook it at 400 degrees for 5 to 10 minutes. And there you have it. Let it cool before you go. I was going to originally have to take Sam with us tonight, but fortunately my mom is going to be able to watch her, so we won't have to wrestle a cranky toddler and a dog. But that's fortunate. I had occupational therapy today, and we did my physical therapy there for my hands, so fortunately that's good. I absolutely destroyed them yesterday, so I had to wear my hard plastic splints most of the day. They pretty much completely immobilized my hands except for my fingertips. I'm sure you'll probably see me wearing them in a future video, but they basically have to do, it's an ultrasound treatment is what they call it, and it's pretty much the same kind you use for when you're pregnant and you go to the doctor, except it's a different frequency. And what it does is they rub it on my wrist and my hand, and it's supposed to kind of help break up some of that junk that causes that tightness on that nerve in my wrist for the carpal tunnel. So I don't know exactly how it works, but all I know is I have a lot less pain after, so at least for that day, and that's always a relief. So I haven't quite decided yet, but I may start going to occupational therapy less. I'm just getting to the point where I'm not sure I need it every week, so we'll see. Who knows? I do start with I have a new therapist I'm starting with this coming week, so we'll see how that goes. I do know that my occupational therapy office is pretty open to service dogs. I don't know how the new place is going to be. I've never been there before, so, and of course Sherlock won't be going with me for quite some time, but even still, it's good to know stuff like that ahead of time. I also have to go start seeing a new doctor here in the next 2 weeks. So, something I'm planning on doing when I see the new doctor is I'm actually going to be getting, it's pretty much something in writing from the doctor saying that, yes, my service dog is medical equipment. It is necessary for my conditions. You absolutely do not have to do that. It is absolutely, they're not even legally required to ask for it. But I'm super paranoid about having access problems. I know a lot of people who have. So I just kind of want to be prepared on all fronts. I know it's getting to where airlines on occasion, I don't know if it's all the time because I've never actually flown before. Do you mind? He's tangled up around my legs now. I've got him leashed to my waist. Just kind of working on his loose leash while I'm piddling around the house. I obviously did not get to finish my video earlier, I ended up getting a call while I was filming, telling me that we were gonna have to leave pretty soon. I had to put a rush on things to get everything done before we left for Sherlock's class. So I pretty much had to stop mid-sentence. So anyway, I'm back. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I am like bone weary tired. And I haven't even done that much today, but that's it. That's kind of how it works sometimes. I figured that since we got interrupted earlier, I would figured a change of scenery might be nice. This is our office. So instead of either filming outside while I was walking around or in the kitchen while I was doing something else, figured I'd film in here. It's kind of nice. You can see all of our Jim's gaming books in the background, and we tabletop game a lot. But anyway, all the miniatures up there and all sorts of cool stuff. But anyway, that's beside the point. When we left off, we were talking about airlines. I don't know specifically if all airlines require it all the time. I seem to have heard that a lot of times airlines will require you to have a doctor's note, but I don't know if that's only for ESAs or if it's for service animals. It doesn't seem like they'd be allowed to ask for something like that for a service animal, but again, I've never flown before, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Just kind of check with your, if you're having to fly with your service animal or your ESA, call the airline ahead of time, see what their policies are. Sherlock's class went really well. He was a little more rambunctious this week. It's kind of blowing my mind that we're already starting his public access class next week. They're letting me start it a week early, I guess, technically. So he will have 2 classes next week. He will have his 3rd basic obedience class, but then he will also have his 1st public access class. So, yeah. His basic obedience class got postponed by a week, so it was supposed to be he would start his CGC class the day after his basic obedience class ended. It would end on Thursday, and then he would start on Friday with the CGC. But because it got postponed a week, it's kind of thrown things off a little bit. But the people who are doing the CGC class, it's a different place, and rather than cat and dog, where we're going for the basic obedience. This one is done through the CGC class will be done through the Nashville Dog Training Club. So, but they're really nice. They told us to don't even worry about it, to just come on in instead of having to wait for the next class to start, which, who knows when that could be. But, so that's nice. I'm all frizzy. I just got out of the shower. After a class like that, you definitely want to, you feel like you need a shower. You just smell like dog and hamburger. Since I was actually rolling the hamburger meatballs before we left, I'd like to kind of add something to that. I actually talked to the class trainer about this after class. Sherlock is extremely food motivated. As in, depending on what kind of treats I have for him, he might get so worked up about that kind of treat that he doesn't train well. So for him, I'm actually having to keep to like kibbles from now on with his training, which is what I usually use. I typically only give him like the good stuff for his training classes. But after talking to the trainer tonight, we've decided that he just gets too worked up over getting the good stuff to train successfully. So I'm going to have to stick to kibbles with him on that. Something to keep in mind if your own dog is extremely food motivated. Sherlock was a rescue. He was actually a stray before he came to the rescue in Texas and then ended up here in Tennessee and came to me. So he wasn't here in Tennessee long before I got him. So he probably didn't, I can't imagine he ate much while he was running around. There's no telling how long he was a stray for. He's pretty people-oriented. He's pretty friendly. Honestly, I think he was probably somebody's pet before he probably got out. He can be a little bolty whenever the door first gets open, something we're going to have to work with him on. But, so he does tend to be very food motivated. So just something to keep in mind if your own dog is food motivated and you give them like those tasty little niblet soft treats for training purposes. If they tend to not want to train because they're so focused on that food, just something to think about. Something else that I asked the trainer about tonight was head halters, they're also called gentle leaders. You might have heard them called. We kind of decided that it wouldn't be a good option for him because he's already doing so well in his training. The trainer said that it might actually set him back. A lot of dogs don't like the gentle leaders, and it can actually affect because they dislike it so much, it can actually affect their responsiveness, especially if they are a little further in training. Also because he's so small. I don't even know, do they make gentle leaders that small? I don't know. But after his class, we actually stopped at McDonald's to get some food because I was hungry to the point of starting to feel sick. And so I actually got him a little pup cup while we were out since he doesn't get the good treats anymore. So anyways, you can also go to Starbucks and have them, basically at Starbucks, you can have them give you a little sample cup with whipped cream in it. I didn't know pup cups were a thing until today. I'd heard my best friend Megan talk about them before with her dog, but I thought it was just one of those Meganisms that she just came up with. I love you, girl. But I didn't know that was like something people did until today. So anyway, just, also something that might be nice to do for your dog next time they're doing really well in their training, or you have a good day out at the dog park. We are taking her dog Rounder and Sherlock out to the dog park on Saturday, so y'all are gonna get some super fun footage of that. I'm pretty excited. It's the first time I've ever taken him to the dog park. I can't take Mercy to the dog park, so it's exciting for me. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm super tired. It's early, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Now, I'm gonna have my clicker. I'm gonna show you how to do with the clicker, but don't fret if you don't feel coordinated with the clicker. When you click recall is when it looks like it's working, like when they're halfway. Okay, just think about it that way. You don't want to click in their face when they get to you. So just try not to overthink it. Click when they're on the way is the main thing. He's closing his eyes. I'm going to toss the treat out, and Charlotte's going to go get it. Sure. And then I have my second treat for when he gets back. Okay? Can we back over a little bit? No? Perfect. Play that. So I'm going to toss the treat out, and Charlotte's going to eat it. Once he eats it, I'm going to say, Charlotte, come! And I'm going to step backwards a couple steps. so you can shake it. Okay, shake it off. So there's the treat. I'm a professional. Okay, try again. Good boy. Sean, come. Good boy. And take the harness as he eats the treat. Now he dropped it, or I dropped it, and he ran under me, so I didn't really want to try it. Try it again. Happens quickly. He's cute, isn't he? He's very smart. So you can see that he loves this game.
That perception he has not.
Sean, come. Good boy. Now take the harness as he eats the second treat. So the second treat's A, to make sure that you're getting a good result. He's chasing you to get the treat. And then B, it distracts him while you do the retrieve.